Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross and as always told how to voice radio, so today we are having a very exciting video because we've got a Burning Shadows box to open. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is very good news indeed. Couple of thank yous before we get going here. Ethan Haas, a lovely, lovely man, just sent me a random email the other day going, Ross, I want you to do a Burning Shadows box opening. I would like to sponsor it by providing the box. Completely out the blue, kindness, ladies and gentlemen, makes the world a better place. Ethan is a lovely man. Huge thank you to him. A big surprise, but a lovely one nonetheless. And it's thanks to him that you all get to, hopefully, enjoy this video. And Stephen Kent, he's got a YouTube channel. I'm going to pop a link in the description for his channel. He helped me to get the box at a decent price in a timely manner. So thank you to Stephen Kent, another lovely man. So, we are going to get rolling nice and quickly. These booster boxes have 36 packs of cards. They do take a couple of minutes to get through. Just as a quick note before we get going, we're really here trying to get Golisopod and Gardevoir, the GXs. You see, Golisopod and Gardevoir, they are the two GXs. They're the two decks I'm thinking of playing at some League Cups this coming month. And I currently have two Golisopod and two Gardevoir that I was able to get in a trade. I need 3 of either of them to play the decks I want to play. So, I need to draw one of either of those in this box. In terms of rainbow rares, it really is Gardevoir and Charizard that do make this set. So, we're not going to worry too much about the commons, because we're going to get all of them as we go through the box. Rev Rhyhorn, Shinotic, one of my least favourite cards in the entire set. Super Scoop Up's a good playable card. And Plumeria is a decent playable card. So, got a couple of decent uncommons there, but we're not rocking too hard just yet. Of course, with 36 packs to go through, you know, we can wait a while before we get an amazing pack. So we've got a Crabrawler, an Inkay, a Leddyba, a Caterpie, a Sandygast, a Rev Alolan Vulpix, not playable, but beautiful, a Slowking, which is not particularly great, Fighting Energy, Bouffalont, Escape Rope is a fun card, and Wick is another playable supporter. So we've done alright with trainer cards so far today, but still waiting to get our first of our chase cards, so to speak. For those of you saying, Ross, why don't you do the trick where you make sure the rare is at the back? I mean, I just don't really mind. I know where it's coming up. Stuffle! So I don't really mind. We got a Mudbray. I do actually like Electros as a card. Certainly in Expanded's pretty good. A Scolipede, Metal Energy, another Escape Rope, a Rotom-Dex Poker Finder mode, and a Survivor. So again, we're doing alright with the uncommons here so far today. We've got some decently playable ones. Let's see if we can start pulling some really good ones though. A Crabrawler, a Sneasel, a Venipede, a Horsey, a Cutiefly, Rev Pansage, and a Bruxish. An almost offensive Bruxish, which is just not particularly good. And then Noctowl, Simisage, and Electric. Never mind. I know I could do the trick, but I quite like the fact I know where the rares come at the moment. And it's quite nice when you're like, as soon as I get past that Rev Hollow, I'm there. Hoot Rhyhorn, a Routes, a Tangela, a Tynamo, a Rev Kirlia, very nice, given that I do want to play a Gardevoir deck. A Alolan Raticate, I'm actually quite a big fan of. And then Sophocles, Wishful Baton, and Ribombee, all of which are moderately playable, which is quite nice. I am quite a fan of Alolan Raticate. I need to make a video about that in the near future, showing how it can be played. I also need to keep the cards a little bit more down here rather than pushing them too far up the table. Porygon! I love me some Porygon, ladies and gentlemen. Porygon is my boy. We have a Rev Hollow Escape Rope. That's quite beautiful. And a Gyarados. It's not as good as the Ancient Origins Gyarados, but it is a beautiful holographic card. And then Simisear, Metapod, and Dusclops. Not terrible. I do like the art on the Gyarados card. I like that it's a holo. It's a beautiful kind of card. But I think we're about ready for our first GX at this stage. So go, oh, Jupiter. And I know that's a weird pronunciation, but I promise you it's true. Another Routes, Reverse Whirlipede, and Alolan Ninetales. A very, very playable card, ladies and gentlemen. And then we finish off with a Wick, a Lunatone, and a Gloom. Alolan Ninetales, I tell you, it is a very, very good card. Blocks abilities, attacks from EXs and GXs. You are going to see it popping up in tournament results in the not too distant future. Another Porygon, he's my boy. Rev Caterpie and a Mudsdale. Not terrible in the video game, pretty terrible so far in the card game. But we do get a Wobbuffet and a Porygon 2. I do actually quite like the Wobbuffet. It's got a very expensive attack. But it's one of those, if you can get it rolling, then it could be kind of fun. We are going half a box at a time here. So for anyone that's trying to keep count, we are in the left-hand side of the box. And we are just going front to back. Sad Charmander. Ooh, Rev Hollow Araquanid. It's not playable, but I do like it. I love the art. And Dusknoir. Ooh, Hollow Dusknoir, I believe. It's one of those Hollow cards where the Hollow is really difficult to see, but it is actually a Hollow. Kind of like Mew from Fates Collide. I love the ability there. And an Ace Roller and Bodybuilding Dumbbells. Big fan of Ace Roller. That is a great card. The other one we do need to be on the lookout for here is a Guzma. Guzma is a really good card. Has been confirmed that it's going to be coming out as a Regionals promo, which is going to keep the price down a little bit. But still, if Guzma doesn't get reprinted like Lysander did, it's going to get expensive. So running through the commons, we get a Rev Esper and a Tangrowth. A not particularly great Tangrowth. And then we get a Grass Energy, oh, and a Seviper and another Ace Roller. So already a couple Ace Roller up. As before, ladies and gentlemen, I put this in the description and the title, but I didn't actually say it at the beginning of the video. We are going to do the thing we did on our previous unboxing. We are going to make a deck out of cards we pull from this box. So, got the commons here. We're going to get all the commons, so we can't really get excited about too many of them. Rev Simisage, and we got a GX. It is a Ho-Oh GX. Now, I know some people are getting excited about Ho-Oh and a Mount Lanakila. I know some people are getting excited about Ho-Oh in Turtonator decks. I'm personally not a huge fan. I think it's really weak to Gardevoir with all the energy it uses. But I will say that if we can pull a couple of Kiawe out of this set, then in our making a deck out of the box, that could be pretty cool. I think that's the first Wimpod we found so far. I do love me some Wimpod. Rev Hariolu and a Lycanroc. I love this Lycanroc, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's a really, really good card. I think it's going to see a bit of play when people get used to it. And a Lana and a Tormenting Spray. I really do like the Lycanroc. I think it has a lot of potential. 1 energy, 60 damage to a basic, 80 with a strong energy. I think it could be good. So we have a Stuffle. We have a Mudbray, Tynamo, Oddish, and Duskull. A Rev Porygon. Oh, that's beautiful. That is a thing of beauty. That's going straight in the binder. And a Ledian. A not terribly exciting Ledian. But Rev Porygon makes me happy. And then a bunch of random uncommons that aren't particularly exciting, to be honest. So far the count is 1 Ho-Oh GX. In my experience, and it's not a huge sample size, but I have tended to find that the boxes where you get a Rainbow Rare, you do tend to get fewer GXs overall, so maybe that's going to be the case. Another Wimpod, Rev Slowking, and a Weavile. I do like this Weavile, ladies and gentlemen. I did a video on Weavile Porygon. Oh, Rabombi, Potan, and Weakness Policy. Decent set of uncommons. I did a video about Weavile Porygon, and I tell you what, I think that Weavile Porygon could be fun, but Weavile, it's very much a metagame dependent kind of card, but there is potential, ladies and gentlemen, for Weavile to be a very good card at some point in the future. It's taking a little bit too long to focus there, but we got him. Alolan Grimer, pretty cool. Rev Jupiter, Rev Jupiter and Rev Porygon's pretty nice. And a Heracross. There is potential for Heracross, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it's going to be good at some point. Oh, and we get an Olivia and a Kiawe. So I do like Kiawe there. Just in terms of playing it with Ho-Oh, in terms of trying to make a 60 card deck just from this box. So we've got 3 packs left from this side of the box. So far not an amazing side of the box. We get some Monkeys and an Esper and a Noibat, Revrabombi and a Full Art Machamp GX. It's not terribly playable, but I tell you what, it's pretty beautiful. Then we get another Kiawe and another Olivia. Pretty nice. So far from this half, we've got a Ho-Oh and a Full Art Machamp. Still no Gardevoir or Golisopod, but I live in hope, ladies and gentlemen. So, moving over, we've got 2 packs left from this side. Go through the commons at a fairly swift pace. Ooh, Rev Holo Guzma, that's quite nice. Meowstic is not great. But then we get a Lana, a Metapod, and a Porygon 2. So, Rev Guzma's pretty sweet. It's not a full art Guzma, but it's pretty nice. So far, we are rocking a Rev Guzma, Full Art Machamp, and a Ho-Oh GX. So, to finish off this left-hand side of the box, a couple of commons, Rev Rhydon, we get the Golisopod, for which we were looking. That's nice. And some fairly rubbish uncommons to finish it off. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I told you at the beginning of this box, we were looking for Golisopod, and we were looking for Gardevoir. No Gardevoir yet, but I tell you what, grabbing a Golisopod, that means if nothing else, I've now got my free Golisopod that I need to play the deck in the upcoming tournament. So, the total from the left-hand side of the box, we have Golisopod GX, we got a Full Art Machamp, and we've got a Ho-Oh. Not terrible for one side of the box. Question is, what can we get from the other side of the box? Still looking for maybe Rainbow Rare. Charizard would be cool. Some Gardevoir would be nice. So we can run through the commons fairly quickly at this stage. Rev Lunatone and another Mudsdale. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, some rubbish uncommons as well. That was not a very good pack. Mudsdale is not a particularly good card from Burning Shadows. There are plenty of cards that I think have potential. Mudsdale, not one of them. So, got a bunch of comments here, like a Morlo, Caterpie. Oh, Rev Acerola, and, yeah, Beware. First Beware we've had in this box so far. So I like the Beware. I love the reverse Ace Roller, and we get a Lana as well. That's not bad. Not bad at all. We've now got Rev Ace Roller and we've got Rev Guzma. So the 2 really good supporters we've got in Rev Holo. I wouldn't mind a Rev Kiawe now just to finish the set. So a Mudbray to go with all of our stupid Mudsdale, Rev Survivor and a Toxicroak. So I suppose if we wanted to make a poisoned focused deck, we could. Then we get a Porygon 2 and a Wobbuffet to finish off the pack. Alrighty then. I do like a nice bit of Porygon 2, to be perfectly honest. Porygon is very much my boy. And Porygon 2 is really good in the video game lately. So we have a whole bunch of commons that we're going to run through nice and quickly. Ha! Rev Holo Wick and a second Alolan Raticate. That is definitely going in the deck we're making from this box. And then a really bad lot of uncommons. I tell you what, we're doing pretty good for reverse holo supporter cards at the moment. Wick, Ace Roller, Guzma, we've got them all. So, let's see if we can pull another GX, maybe a Rainbow Rare. So, we'll run through the commons nice and quickly. Revledian and Turtonator. And then we have a Survivor and another Ace Roller. So, we are getting a bunch of Ace Roller from this box, which is nice. It is a really good card. A lot of the decks I'm seeing, not all of them are playing it, but I promise you at some point, whether it's now or in the future, Ace Roller is going to be a very good card. So there's some Wimpod, Rhyperior, and a Meowstic. Meowstic's not good. But Weakness Policy, Potown, Porygon 2, a decent set of uncommons to finish off our box. I can live with that. I can live with that. So, nothing from the second half of the box but our Rev Holo Wick so far. We get a Pikachu, and everybody loves Pikachu, a Jupiter, a Rev Metapod, and Crabominable. I like Crabominable a lot more than most people. Finishing off with a Lana here. I mean, it's decent damage for 1 energy, Crabominable. There is an argument that Crabominable's just a rubbish... what's the monkey called? Not Oranguru, Persimmon. Some people argue it's just a fairly rubbish Persimmon, but I think there is some potential in Crabominable here. We get a Rev-Electric and an Electros. Gotta love the symmetry there, ladies and gentlemen. And we get a Guzma. That might be our first non-Rev Holo Guzma. So, I mean, with all of these supporters, etc., we do always want to get a... We always want to get a playset out of every box that we open. That's ideally what we're looking for. So, we're about due for a GX at this stage. Rev Cutiefly and... Oh! Full Art Gardevoir. That, ladies and gentlemen, is beautiful. Oh! So we got the Gardevoir and we got the Full Art. And actually, Weakness Policy Potown Rabombi, which goes well with our Rev Holo Cutiefly. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, that's a pack. That is a beautiful pack. So, I tell you what, as far as boxes go, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2 Full Arts in Machamp and Gardevoir. We've got both Gardevoir and Golisopod. So now I've got a choice of playing either of those decks coming up. Yeah. We've got... Now, we're currently rocking 4 GXs, which is on the low side. Only 1 from this side of the box, so we would expect a little more. Rev-Electivire and a Porygon Z. I tell you what, part of my evening tonight is going to be spent sitting down... Oh, and then Kelia Rabombi Olivia's not a bad set of Rev Holos. I'm going to be sitting down tonight, watching some telly with my wife, breeding a perfect Porygon. I've got a 0 speed one for my Porygon 2, but I'm going to train a Porygon Z. I want to play Porygon Z in the video game. He looks fun. Wimpod to go with Golisopod, and then we got Rev-Lediba and a Noivern. Now, I do like collecting the GXs. I want a regular art of all of the GXs. Noivern, he's good with double... Oh, and then we get another Kiawe as well. So Noivern, I quite like Noivern. He's much, much better with Double Dragon Energy than without Double Dragon Energy, but to start off with, not terrible. So, we had 3 GXs from the first half, including 1 Full Art. We've had 2 GXs from the second half, including 1 Full Art, and we've got 7 packs to go. Although already, I'm seeing this as a successful box. We've got Rev Solrock and an Azumarill. I know I've got some viewers who love Azumarill, but I'm not a huge Azumarill fan. And a Plumeria, which is not too bad, ladies and gentlemen. Not too bad at all. Plumeria's not seeing much play at the moment, but it's one of those cards where it's kind of a stick it in your binder, it could get better in the future. So, we do really need 1 more GX though to make this into a really good box. We got bodybuilding, dumbbells, oh, and our first Diancie. Diancie obviously really good for Gardevoir. And then the uncommons are nothing to write home about. But bodybuilding dumbbells is good. We got our first Diancie there. And Diancie is a really good card, especially for those Gardevoir decks. So, not too bad. So I don't know why I went into stuttering mode then. So we're down to our last 5 packs, hoping for 1 more GX to really round out the box from 5 up to at least 6. We got a Jupiter, Rev Dusclops, and a Persimmon. Trying to remember his name earlier, he's not particularly good in this set at least. And then a Rotom Dex, a Super Scoop Up. Yeah, pretty good uncommons as we go. 4 packs left, 5 GXs is on the low side, so we need 1 more, like I said, to really round out the box. Although, to be honest, Full Art Gardevoir alone is, it's one of the better cards in the set. A Rev Wishful Baton, and an Electivire. Not what we want to see. And there's another one of those Wobbuffet, which I personally think, if we ever get good Psychic Energy Acceleration, could be quite nice. 3 packs to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a beautiful thing. Maybe a Secret Rare or a Rainbow Rare, just to finish off the box. Another Wimpod, Rev Heracross, and an Araquanid. So now we've had 2 Araquanids out of this box, Sophocles and a bodybuilding dumbbells. Araquanid again is a Pokemon I love in the video game. Really, really powerful. That Z liquidation is a thing of beauty. 2 packs left to get one last GX. So we'll run through the commons here because at this stage are not that much fun. Venipede and Full Art Wick. Again, not a brilliantly playable card, but it's beautiful. Very nice. Oh, that's good. And another Guzma. So we're at least 3 Guzma here, including a Full Art. And let's remember we got the Wick in this pack as well. So, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? 1 pack left. I am already calling this a successful box, but let's see if we can really finish on a flourish. And what do we got? We got a Revgloom and a Malamar. Well, that's a disappointing final pack, with a Wishful Baton and a Mount Lanakyla. So, in the second half of the box, we got ourselves a Full Art Gardevoir, a Full Art Wick, and a Noivern. And in the first half of the box, we got ourselves a Ho-Oh, a Full Art Machamp, and a Golisopod. As a set of chase cards, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen much, much worse. 3 Full Arts, including Gardevoir. Both Golisopod and Gardevoir are really playable. Ho-Oh seeing a bit of play in those fire decks. Yeah. To be honest, ladies and gentlemen, sounds fun to me. Now I'm going to go away for about 10 minutes, but for you guys it's just going to be a few seconds. I'm going to see the very best deck that I can make out of this box, and then I'm going to come back to show you what I've come up with. So don't go anywhere, grab yourself a nice cold beverage, but to be honest, you don't even really have time for that, because I'm literally going to be back in like 1 second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I've made the very best deck I can from this box. It's a little bit out there. We've got a 2-2-1 Gardevoir line. Yeah. Gardevoir's too good not to play. Great attack, great ability. Got to get it in there. It's just not particularly amazing. Similarly, 1-1 Golisopod. It's for 1 grass energy, the good attack. It's really good, it's powerful, you got to get it in there. And then after that, it's basically just thin lines of whatever we can wangle. So we got a 1-1 Weavile line in there for the first attack. Colourless energy, 60 damage to everything. We got a 2-2 Raticate line in there just because it can do 60 damage for 0 energy. We got a 1-1-1 Porygon Z line because we can devolve all of our opponent's Pokemon. That could be really useful in the late game when we've put a bunch of damage around. 1-1 Alolan Ninetales, just because, you know, it's a really good, it's a good Pokemon. It blocks attacks of EXs and GXs. Against some decks, that could win us the game. And then we've got 1 Ho-Oh GX, because it's great, and we've got Kiawe, as we'll see in a minute. And then a 2-2 Rabombi line, just to get that energy out. We're going to end up playing 4 different types of energy here. We're going to have grass, we're going to have fire, we're going to have fairy, and 1 water. So a 2-2 Rabombi line, just to get that basic energy out to help us set up the deck a little bit. Now moving on to the trainer cards, and we're basically going for consistency here as much as we can. 2 Ace Roller, just to try and heal our Pokemon. 2 Olivia, because, well, we need to search out the Ho-Oh, the Golisopod, the Gardevoir, especially Golisopod and Gardevoir. Really, this deck is going to depend on what we're drawing into, so being able to pull them out is quite handy. 2 Kiawe, it's literally just for the Ho-Oh. We're going to play 5 fire energy here. The reason we're playing 2 Kiawe rather than 1 is in case 1's prized. The reason we're playing 5 fire energy rather than 4 is in case 1 is prized. And do remember, when we look back at the Pokemon we've got in this deck, we're really going for ones that need 1 or fewer of a specific energy type to really help us to get a bit of consistency rolling here. 2 Sophocles, because it's a draw card and we need draw cards. 2 Rotom Dex Poker Finder mode, because it adds consistency and we need consistency. 3 Wick, because although it's not a great draw card, it really just refreshes our hand. It still gives us a new hand, and sometimes that's better than nothing. And again, largely the counts we're playing here, we're basically playing all the ones we've got because we really want to draw cards. 3 Guzma, it's both a switch and a Lysander. It's great. We want to play as many as we've got, and we've got 3. 2 Escape Rope to switch our active if we need to, and 2 Super Scoop Up as an Ace Roller but on a flip. It's not an amazing deck, but it will work. Well, I mean, it'll work or it won't. It's the best we can do. Now, in terms of energy, we've got 17 energy. We've got 5 fire just for Kiawe. We've got 6 fairy, 5 grass, and 1 water. Do remember, Rabombi is going to try and help us out here. I don't have faith this is a great deck, but we've got a whole bunch of stage 1s. We might be able to draw something. And if we happen to open up with a Ho-Oh and a Kiawe, which you never know, we might, we could have a decent game. So, that, ladies and gentlemen, was my box. And you know what? I got a Golisopod and I got a Gardevoir. And they're the only 2 cards I wanted. I wanted one of each of those to complete my 2 decks. I got one of each. I can't complain. But tell me what you think about my box. Stick a comment down below. Go nuts, but remember the rule. Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWossy and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. Do make sure that if you want to support the pod, you check out patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can get some bonus pods. They're fun, and I know, I've listened to them. They're actually pretty good. Of course, I'm biased, but you know, I believe it. And by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.